Hello, welcome to Chalk Pretty Things. Tonight I'm going to attempt to paint a sunflower. Now I am not an expert, I don't know how to paint, I've never done this before, but what do I have to lose, right? Okay, so that's what the plan is for tonight. You guys will probably get a good laugh or two as I do this, so stay tuned. Let me get this comment up real quick. And then we'll get started. Let me see. Whoops. Okay, the comment is there, but it's not pinned, but that's okay. Okay, so I know that sunflowers should be pretty easy to draw. I have got a pencil and I'm going to try. What I have is this big canvas right here that I have painted the background to. And I'm going to go ahead and draw out what I think a sunflower should look like. And we'll get started. I've got just a paper plate. Yeah, it's actually a Rudolph the Red-Nosed paper plate. I'm going to use it as a circle for my sunflower. So I'm just going to draw around it. And it's just going to kind of give me a guideline for the center of my sunflower. Yeah, it's a very light guideline. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing petals on here, and you know, I think that they're just like shaped like that, sort of. Can you guys see it? No? Well, that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do another one. Oh yeah, this is going to be easy, guys. This is just a guideline. I'm sure once I'm painting, it won't even look like this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with some, I'm going to be painting with acrylic paint, which is what I did the background with. And I'm going to start with that center circle. And I seem to have lots of stuff here. And I have paint brushes, but they're sitting in water and they're wet. Okay, I've got acrylic paint. This is Apple Barrel. Actually, I've got a mixture of paint, so I'm sure nothing will be the same for the colors. And I'm just going to paint the center of that circle. So I'm going to kind of see where it is. And see if I can do it. Now I can barely see these lines that I've drawn in here. So as you can tell, that does not look like a circle. But it is a beginning. I bet you we have some great artists in the audience. Have any of you guys ever painted before? Have you used oil paints, acrylic watercolors? So many cool things you can do with watercolors now, gosh. Okay. Okay, there's my dark circle for my big old sunflower. Now we know they're not solid brown, but we're going to add some color to them in just a second. But I think I should go ahead and start doing my petals on my sunflower. I'm going to get a smaller brush for that, I believe. And we're going to be working with some yellow. I've got several different colors of yellow. And I'm going to start with one called golden yellow. Okay, so I am just going to start painting. these look a little amateurish, it's because I am an amateur. I am an amateur at this. Actually, it kind of looks just like a triangle. And I'm not going to worry about really solidly filling it because I'm going to add some shading in this and some outlining. So we'll work on it as we go. Make that a little higher. I actually started with maybe not this one, the other one. And it did have a really cool shape when I started. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome. As I said, this is kind of a first attempt for me, so I'm going to entertain myself by doing this. I hope I entertain you as well, because I really don't know what I'm doing. So I'm using acrylic paint right now. Hi, Jenny. And I am just going to draw in some leaves. And I'm going to make believe that I know what I'm doing. And we'll see what we come up with. I'm not even sure if I can paint a straight line here. But heck, here we go. I'm thinking back to the days my mom used to do, she used to dabble in oil painting a little bit, and she was pretty good at it. And I was kind of remembering and reminiscing about like the smell of oil paints when she used to paint, and I used to kind of play with her paintbrushes and put it in the oil paints, and you can remember the smoothness of the paint and all that kind of good stuff. But as far as me, I used to do painting in my coloring books with watercolors, and I can paint a little bit, like if I have a finished surface, like a piece of wood, I can do that. But I don't know. Are you guys good at painting? Any talent in your household? Jenny, I know about you and your talents. You're very, very creative. Hi, Crystal. Crystal, how are your painting skills? And I don't mean house painting and painting the walls, I mean like creative painting. Are you good? Have you done it ever? I don't know if my mom's watching or not. Mom, are you watching? Color by number, yeah, I can do that. Of course, I'm not drawing anything. Hey, Mom, are you watching tonight? If so, I'm talking about your painting ability. My mom's like a silent watcher. She may be there, but I don't really know. But that's okay. Okay, so I've got globs of paint here and there, but I'm going to kind of shade it a little bit. So here's my very amateurish beginning. It looks real tiny on the bottom. I think I might need to make these bigger. My petals got smaller as they reached the bottom. Increase that size. Oh, it still looks kind of small at the bottom. I think I went wrong about, well, maybe if I painted something here. No, the bottom is still small. Ah. Hold it up so I can see it better. Still kind of funny, isn't it? Is it the side ones that are funky? Maybe, whoops, I just got some brown in there. Maybe I need to make this one bigger. We just gotta play with it. And this one might need to go out a little bigger. So I accidentally got some brown in my yellow, but I'm liking it a lot because it's going to add some shading. I don't know why I decided to do this live, but I kind of wanted to do a sunflower for a while. They seem so simple when somebody else is doing them. Boy, did that ever turn brown, did it? It was a little bit too much brown. We'll just keep on working this until we get the results we want as far as color and some shading. And just know that I've never studied art and shading and color theory and all that kind of good stuff. So this really is just an amateur painting. And I'm sure my kids could do a better job than I can, and my grandkids too. Okay. Jenny, are you still on vacation? Or is it Monday tomorrow? I guess I shouldn't have reminded you of that, huh? I know a lot of people have a hard time sleeping on Sunday nights because they have to go back to work and they are thinking ahead of time what they have to do. We got back last night, have to go back to reality in the morning. Yeah, it's tough, Jenny, but at least you had that vacation. That's great. To get away and just do what you want to do every day. What a feeling. I don't think I'll get a vacation this year, not a getaway. We went to Utah about a month ago, and that was nice. So yeah, we did have a little time away. Yeah. Did you do a lot of water recreation at all? I'm sure you did. Nice to spend time with family. Oh my gosh, we just haven't been together for so long. It's been a year and a half since everyone's been able to get together, and that's just too darn long. Guys, I'm just kind of doing what I want to do here. I don't know. And I've got wispies here and there. Not too much. We had a condo on the beach, so it was nice to just listen to the waves and play games. Yeah, and just to sit out there where you can actually sit outside and enjoy the weather and actually enjoy the breeze. Doesn't happen much unless it's a hot breeze here. Okay, I did get kind of crazy with some of this brown. So as far as shading, I really went crazy with the brown. I bet it was good to see Izzy and Squirt though. They had to have missed you. Still think these are too brown. Actually, it's kind of fun. You realize that as you paint and you try to get things to blend and you paint over them, they all end up bigger than they started with anyway. Squirt has been dead tired since she got home. She had day camp every day. Izzy got a break from Squirt and has a new puppy. Oh. So they were separated? That's hard too. They slept together, but Squirt put 8-ish hours a day to play. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The energy levels are different. I definitely understand that. guys. Yeah, I've had a pretty busy weekend myself, and you know, it just seems like the weekends fly by. Before you know it, it's Sunday night, and I always sleep good, so I don't worry about it, but I know a lot of people have a hard time sleeping on Sunday nights. And as I touch up, I've got to blend again, and this is crazy. Craziness. This blending business. Okay, I kind of wonder if I should use like a lighter yellow too. I do have a really, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a little bit to add some light spots. Ooh, this is like a pudding. Pretty color. Let's just see how it looks. And then of course I'm going to outline the leaves in black. Could be a while, guys. Yeah, it's looking better. It's not as elementary, I guess. I'd like to see your mom draw a sunflower, though. You and her are such artists. I love sunflowers. They're one of my happy flowers. But I do like a lot of flowers, though. As for my husband, no, not at all. Does not like them. I'm going kind of wild, guys. Feeling my oats with this, I guess. Okay. Looking better, looking better. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and outline in black, or do a little definition, I guess, in black. much for that black. I should use a finer brush. And doing this black outline kind of lets me cover up some of the places where I colored outside the lines. Kind of helps a little bit with that. Just a little definition more so. So, does anybody have any big plans for this week coming up? It's not Memorial Day yet, is it? It's another week for Memorial Day. Yeah, Memorial Day is the end of May, so probably around the 29th. Well, it's the Monday, so 31st or 1st. Gosh, I can't believe May's already gone. It seems like the year is going so slow. And then all of a sudden, May is gone. Okay, so some of my black is really too black. So I just keep on going over things over and over again. It's like Groundhog Day. Hi, Jenna. No plans, just the birthday party. Woohoo! The birthday party. Yeah, isn't that crazy? She got her haircut yesterday. Not a lot, but about 4 or 5 inches, which is a lot for her. Okay, I'm just kind of making messes. Okay, I want to add some color to the inside of that. I don't know whether, I don't have any gray. Let's see, maybe just a touch of red and some black maybe? let's see how this works a little bit. If I dab just a little bit of red in there and some black. Oops. I guess these are going to be the seeds. At least we can pretend they're the seeds. I think seeds are really kind of gray and black. This might give it a little more definition. I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about. I really don't, guys. I really don't. I'm making things up. Looks more like a watermelon. Maybe I should have been doing longer dabs and more uniform pattern, but you know what, it's gonna work. It's gonna work no matter what. It's unique. It's my interpretation. You know what, I have this, I had a piece of rubber here that has like a texture, and I thought maybe, what if I got, this is like some kind of a coaster or protector. I wonder if I could press this in here and get a texture. Paint's wet. Yeah, there's some texture, but not enough to make a difference. Yeah, not really. Okay, maybe if I just kind of got something bigger and just kind of dabbed at it. Kind of blend it a little bit. I was thinking this might be good for a as a reverse canvas. Have you guys ever done a reverse canvas or heard about them? They're where you take the canvas off the board, and maybe I can do it later, I don't know. But I'd probably do it off camera because I don't know what I'm doing. But you take the, there goes too much red again. You take the canvas, you cut it away from the board, and then you put it on, you paint your board. Okay, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, here it is so far. So when you do a reverse canvas, you cut away, you can take out the staples, but you're trying to get this canvas off of the board because these boards are really pretty nice and you can use them as a frame. So you would cut away or take the staples out of the canvas, you would paint your canvas, and you would also paint your frame, the color you want it to be. You could stain it or just paint it. And then, since it's all cut away, you would put the frame, your canvas would be separated from the frame completely. You would just put your frame over the canvas, and you would have a framed print. It's kind of cool, kind of a cool idea. Just notice I've got a bunch of yellow right there. I don't know if I just smeared it or what I did. Actually, maybe this wet brush would help blend some of this. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it's too far dried. blend some of the lines a little bit. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call my sunflower done. That's not perfect, but it kind of, the colors look like a sunflower, so I'm going to say that's my sunflower. I'm going to dry it just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put a Chalk Couture transfer over the top, and it has to be dry for that, so I'm going to dry. Okay, so this part should be dry. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Okay, so initially when I thought of the sunflower idea, it's because I wanted to do this hey y'all transfer. But as I think about it, over the top of this, it's just too big. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use this transfer and just use the bloom part. So these are like vines, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this bloom transfer. And I'm just going to put it probably at the bottom. Yeah, sure I am. Okay. Just going to fight with it a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the bloom on the cutting lines. I can never cut straight, but I am going to try. Okay, now what color do you think I should do the words bloom? I was originally thinking a pale yellow. So what I got out were 3 different types of yellow. Well, this one's a gold, or it's a harvest. I had these 3 colors of yellows. But since there's so much yellow in the sunflower, now I'm thinking, this is called Storm, and it's like a light gray. I think that's too gloomy. What do you think about this guava? It's like an orange. Or I could do black. Black's kind of boring. Hi, Connie. Let's see. Something that would go white. I could do white. What colors do you think would go best? Or is another color? I mean, I could do pink, I could do green. What color should the bloom be? I think I'm going to put it at the bottom. Teal, white, not black. Not Storm, that's too gloomy. What color? I'm going to go ahead and fuzz it while we think about the color. Oops, that's not my fuzzing font. The color, what color? Oh, one thing I should think about, well, they say you should always sand down your canvas because it's kind of a bumpy texture, and the paste might bleed. But I wonder if that's true, if there's a layer of paint under there. I should wax too. I'm going to go ahead and wax. Well, maybe I should sand. Wax. Bloom. Connie, what color do you think it should be? The word bloom. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it in guava. Guava, yellow. Okay, guava. I'm going to do guava. So I want to make sure that my silk screen is down all around, my transfer is down all around the silk screen so it doesn't bleed on your the letters. Excuse me. I'm hoping it won't peel up the paste as I peel it off. This needs water. Excuse me. So these pastes, if they do get a little thick, they do dry out a little bit. Plus I've got a fan going on over my head. You can go ahead and add a little bit of distilled water to it and mix it up really good so it's smooth and creamy again, and then apply it to your project. Don't add too much because then it'll be runny and it'll slip underneath the transfer and cause bleeding. Okay, it's looking better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and smear some on. And this is probably way too much, but let's try it. I can always put it back in the paste jar. Make sure I get the top and the bottoms of my letters. Sometimes I don't do so good on that. Just trying to smooth it out now. I'm picking up some of the excess paste. Okay, I'm putting the excess back in the jar. I'm going to go ahead and peel it up, guys. Wow. looks great. Put this on my towel so I can clean it. Here it is, guys. What do you think? What do you guys think? Do you like it? Give me a thumbs up if you like it. All right, that's my project for the day, guys. I really like it. I hope you did too. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to share it with somebody else that you feel like would enjoy it. I'd love for you to like and follow the page, share it. If you need any information about Club Couture, becoming a designer, or any of the products used in this video, you can go ahead and look at the comment at the bottom of the video of the comments, and type in club for the club information, designer for the designer information, and click on the link for the designer materials that I used in this project. I hope you liked it. I had fun. Have a good evening, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye. Thank you for watching.